So today I'm back with part three and the final part of my three-part series on mistakes recent graduates make when they're job hunting. And today the focus is on interviewing. Interviewing is pivotal, and there's a lot of things that you can do to get ready for interviews and perform well. The first mistake I see people make time and again, whether you're a recent grad or an experienced individual, is people don't prepare. Unprepared candidates come across as disinterested or disqualified. The answers just don't come out clearly or cleanly as you answer your questions. Thus, it's important to research the firm and practice your answers to common interview questions. In practicing, you know they're going to ask you, tell me about yourself. You know they're going to go through your background. If you were them interviewing you for this particular position, what questions might you anticipate and prepare answers to? And in preparation, you have to practice saying the answers out loud. You can't just rely upon thinking the answer. There's always a difference between thinking the answer and saying the answer that's important for you to overcome. So start practicing saying your answers to predictable interview questions so you don't make mistakes in the interview and you can make them when it doesn't count. The second part of this is talking too much or too little. When someone rambles, they lose focus, they stop answering the questions. Brief answers make you seem unprepared. When you use the STAR method for a lot of your answers, and STAR, situation, task, action, result ideally with a metric to it, money saved, money earned, percentage difference between you and other employees. So, let me give an example of that. I did 20% more, whatever it is, than the other employees, or 15%, or 7%, whatever it is. Differentiate yourself from others. If what you did helped make more money than other people, money saved, money earned, percentage difference between you and others, it helps to have you stand out. When you ramble, you lose focus. Keep your answers to a minute and a half, ideally. You can go a few seconds longer, but try to keep your answers to a minute and a half using the STAR framework. And then from there, you always have the ability to say, and if you'd like, I can go into more detail. And thus, you get permission to continue and you keep them engaged because they're telling you to go on longer. Okay. Next thing is you forget to prepare questions. And thus, again, not asking questions to them shows a lack of interest or effort. So you can ask simple questions like, what are the team's biggest challenges right now? Or if you hired me and I came on board, what would your expectations for me be over the first 30, 60, 90 days after joining? Little things like that make a difference in their thinking about you. Another mistake is bad body language or lack of eye contact. It can make you project as though you lack confidence. So, sitting up straight, maintaining eye contact, I'm not saying to stare at them ridiculously, but maintain a reasonable eye contact, smile naturally, and you'll convey confidence because when firms hire, competence is not the only thing they look for. They'd like to see self-confidence, character, chemistry, maybe a little bit of charisma, that you care, that they can connect with you because they want to trust you. Now, one thing that you need to practice for are behavioral interview questions. And thus, again, we're back at the STAR framework for answering them. A behavioral interview question basically will ask you, tell me about a time when you, or uh, tell me about a situation where you had to. And then you need to be prepared for answers to questions that correlate to the job description that they have available. You've seen an ad, you've seen a job description, you've spoken to a recruiter who's told you about the role. You can anticipate some of the questions they might ask you. They want to hear specific examples, and being vague is not going to cut it. Again, use the STAR situation or task, action result when you answer your questions, these behavioral interview questions. Another mistake people make is being focused on you and what you've done as opposed to connecting the dots between what you've done and what they're going to need you to do. Remember, they want to hire someone to solve a problem of theirs, and not just simply satisfy your career goals. Focus on them first, and then, when given the opportunity, talk about what you'd like to be doing going forward. So, let me just go to the last one: lack of follow up. When someone doesn't follow up with an email right after the interview, thanking them for making the time to meet with you, it shows a lack of interest. You can be forgotten. It's a second touch point beyond actually a third touch point. The resume, the interview, and then the follow-up email is a touch point reminding them of you. Sending a thank you email that references something specific from the interview is going to reinforce your interest. So I hope you found today's video helpful. I hope you found the series helpful. I'm Jeff Altman. Visit my website, thebiggamehunter.us. There's a ton in the blog that can help you. If you'd like something that's more specific, yeah, I've got like 13,000 videos on thebiggamehunter.us. But if you want it correlated into courses, I've put a lot together at JobSearch.Community. I'll have that link in the show notes. Again, JobSearch.Community, where I have video courses, books, and guides bundled at a single price that can help you. Hope you have a terrific day, and connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. Take care.